Danganronpa.
Welcome.
You still think I'm right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh god. Now I'm second
I think it was him.
guessing myself.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that had switched between the boys and girls' locker rooms. Well, for example, the fucking...
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The
And a
poster
rug,
in the
settle
girls'
down.
locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Easy, boob.
But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
There's lesbians in the world. And bisexuals.
Juxtapers were totally fake!
Holy shit.
Jeez.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had
A boy band.
a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
That stain she
You
mentioned
know what
not
I'm
having.
talking about, right, Sakura?
Yeah.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that stain was scrubbed. It was moved to the boys' locker room.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
I thought Shifumi shit there.
They moved the stain.
Definitely
Not the carpet.
Yeah. He sucked up the coffee and then spilled it on the other one.
Then...
It's more trouble than it's worth.
The carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do
There's a
that?
blood stain on the
To
boys'
move the
locker room
murder scene
carpet.
From one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Yes.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
To frame what's her fuck.
Yes.
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room?
The
in
broken
first place?
Leon's iPad, and she's a programmer.
Oh yeah.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
She hacked Leon's.
Did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Yeah,
I
Brony.
highly doubt that.
No.
Shut up! I'm telling you. I know.
Listen to him. He might be honest with me.
Is he right? Could you hear
Yes.
really have gone into the boys' locker
The
rooms now?
fucking Goobin. The broken Goobin. Broken e-handbook. Oh god, she's just...
She's dancing.
She might be my spirit animal.
Possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes,
got
yes,
it.
yes, yes.
She must have hacked her e-handbook!
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is, but okay.
Okay, yeah, I mean, she hacked someone else's, but
Is
sure.
it really possible? Could
I figured
Chihiro really
that
have
should
gotten
have
into the
been
boys'
fine,
locker
but
room
okay.
somehow?
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it.
That's not it.
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Okay.
It's not wrong.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was
No, she
broken.
hacked it.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
He's just laughing it
I'm
off.
struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Will you
In
just
other
say
words,
stealing?
You could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
What?
Then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girl's locker.
No, why would it fucking be flipped? That doesn't make any sense.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Yes, shut up and
There's no
listen.
way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Inside the pool area?
what?
No, she was working out with someone.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Is that like allowed? You just think you can do that?
Yeah.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things
Saw your
more
stuffing going
exciting?
downstairs.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Ah, lunch.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...
Do you think she knows where the...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No, wait.
She's dead, sir.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything.
You should
it's
be.
just based on religious grounds, you know?
very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl.
Just rips off everything.
Yeah, she rips her in half.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Okay, she's dead.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
They pull something out of her.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began quietly examining her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy.
She's trans.
Ah, I see. So she
I don't like the way they're talking about it.
This came out in 2010.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about
So she
this.
would just be able to get in anyway. Because the e-handbook says It basically says what gender you're assigned at birth.
Yeah. Monokuma is a little transphobic, I mean.
Who's Monokuma? Oh, I see.
Little bear.
Yeah, sorry, I get the names
You guys
out.
didn't know?
Confused.
Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Okay.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
No, she was a girl.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, really?
Jesus Christ! What is all the hate?
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh?
She likes killing pretty boys.
Oh.
It's a weird twisted love.
Yeah.
Yes, that certainly does make things much
That's
more
true.
exciting.
I guess that wasn't hateful, it
Now
was
let's
just
ride
weird.
this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
You could have just told us.
I do apologize for keeping
Yeah,
you
why can't you be
waiting.
like, she
Now
has a
then,
penis?
Let's resume
Is it
the
that hard to
past
say?
trial. We've all just learned of the shocking
Why did it have to be some
revelation
big
that Chihiro was
secret of like,
actually
ah! Oh god, I hate
Let's
that.
pick up from there.
She wasn't a boy,
Yes,
she was a
well,
girl, she has a penis.
I don't
Shut
know
up.
his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
No.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy.
I hate this.
The thought that never
And
crossed my mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Was he transphobic and killed her?
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in
That
the boys'
would explain
locker
why
room and was then
she never
later
went
moved
to the girls' locker room with the girls, because she couldn't.
And
Yeah.
the killer could
Because
have
he's a
easily used
douchebag,
Sayaka or
fucking little
Junko's
bear.
handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
I thought it was Junko, not Junko.
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female
I
body.
don't like this part.
Titillating situation.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything
JC.
we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Hi, Mom! Hi, JC, you fucking little freak.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What?
What? But aren't you the one who accused
Steven,
him in
I
the
told you I
first
was
place?
wrong.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this.
He's a little
Like he's
cunt.
enjoying a
Oh, and that's not a way to be. No, fuck that. People act weird.
Seem like it doesn't have anything
I don't care
to
how
do with
people act. That doesn't make sense. No, we can't base everything off of that.
Because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
But...
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
I just don't trust him.
Mark it
Like,
as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Oh no, I don't know
I
who
just
it is
happened
then.
to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us
Oh
right
my
now?
god, what?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Good god.
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead.
The blatant
Find it
transphobia,
very
and then
hard
you
to
can't even
believe.
say the fuck
You're free
word.
to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
Her body.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you
Okay,
say?
so he moved everything.
Now then.
But who
If
did
wasn't
it?
Me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear.
He might have done it, because he said a weird thing.
If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true.
I can't remember what he
Very well
said,
then.
but he said he
I
like
need
gave
you to-
up something really quick.
That it was an iron pipe.
No, it wasn't that. He like said a thing, and then someone was like, "But are you sure?" And like it was a week kind of back and forth, and then he was like, "Okay, whatever."
Oh.
I don't remember what it was though,
I don't remember
Damn
this.
straight. Count me in.
and so I can't even say if it's like worth it, like worth being sussy about. But it was just something I remembered that happened.
He was also in the main hall when he heard like weird banging.
Yeah, and he was like, remember when he like pointed out the tablet things, the e-handbooks. I want to keep calling them tablets for some reason.
I mean, they're kind of tablets. He did, yeah.
Remember in the main hall when you saw him there? He was like, the thing's over there, and you're like, what things? And he was like, oh, what?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Baker didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer
is a guy.
I got it!
Scene of the crime, the boys' locker room. We'll need a boys' handbook to get in.
Still is a guy.
Since
I
Leon's
just-
handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Can you look at your...
She had a duffel bag.
And she was going to work out.
Yeah.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Did she do it to it? Did she fall? Was it an accident? Was she just working out? She's like too strong, so she fell and fucking killed herself on accident?
Killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
No, you bitch.
Steven, you have to learn how to slow things down. You never do it.
I just wanted to be cool.
But it's not gonna work.
And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's that one.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered.
Gee!
Celeste.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see.
Why is it so hard for people like, oh, they're presenting as female, so they're female? Why is it hard?
You're not going to hear for the rest of this, I'm sure.
I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of
This
you
was a
have no
hate crime.
idea.
Yeah.
That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
I know, I wish we could have found where her thing, like her ebook was, and then like her clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
that was like my next quest.
That was my next thing that I wanted to go do, because I feel like it would have given us more information. Because now I truly don't know. I have no idea.
At this point.
There's like 4 people it could be, and I don't know. I can't really pinpoint a single one of them. I literally thought it was fuckface. Bacula. Get going, I'm in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
I was thinking that
Who is she gonna work out with?
But I don't know, because the only people who I know offered her workouts were the other girls that she couldn't do because of transphobia. So shitty and I hate it.
What about...
But Corn Cob...
Yeah,
But he's a biker. There's...
Well, he initially called her weak, right?
Yeah, so maybe he was like, ooh, I can help you. There's Fat Boy, which I doubt, but I could see him going into the locker room and being an awful person about it. But I don't know if that's gonna be like a plot point in this game. I have no idea, you know? I could just see that in real life. And then there's Whisper Yell Man. But I guess he is kind of ripped. We did see him be ripped in the sauna.
Yeah, he was ripped.
And then Stony Baloney, who I'm still sussy about, but I can't remember why I'm sussy, so it doesn't feel like it has real sus, you know?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding.
Do you think that someone moved him over there to hide his her secret?
Yeah. Someone was nice.
Because it is weird that she was working out there, died there, and then they moved it, but it's still weird. I thought it would be for like a frame job, but maybe it was to like respect her.
Could be both.
Maybe it was an accident.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Didn't know all along.
I don't know.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
Who was she friends with?
Enough, so that
Them
he was
saying
willing
he is
to
really
risk
gonna
his
fuck
secret
me
for
up, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Do we?
Huh?
Thank you,
know who the
Navi.
killer is.
It was her.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious.
They
who
were
was
blue and it
waiting
was a
for
tracksuit.
Are you sure about that?
That doesn't help anything.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Why? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As
I don't know how to wear this track jacket.
It's already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Well, get explaining, ma'am, because I don't know what
you to say.
a duffel bag and a tracksuit. Like, if that is something someone would bring,
Did you notice anything
work out.
special about the bag or jacket?
is blue.
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits
But it was
to choose
blue.
from.
I don't feel like blue meat. Like,
You
it's
think
just a
there might
color.
be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps.
Whose favorite color is
And more
blue?
about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe.
Okay. I don't know what argument I'm making here.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
This?
So next
Oh,
we
whoops.
have
I
to
hit press the wrong button.
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
What was the culprit
So,
wearing?
what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. This exercising sucks.
It's true.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
That seems
I got
bad.
it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out
No.
who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Wait.
How did who know something like that?
First
What?
We know where Chihiro was headed.
Oh man, this
He
got
was
tricky.
on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as
Can I
him?
just shoot that? Okay. What the hell are you talking about?
You little bitch!
Jesus! Oh no.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go
Should I get the exercise?
So next we have to ask,
I don't know.
why did he choose the specific tracksuit?
What do you mean?
I got it! It matched the one.
So,
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay, I assume you're
I don't
right.
even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I assume you're
I
right.
have a white tracksuit personally.
Fuck.
Shoot!
I have no idea.
First of
Fuck.
all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, it's wrong.
What? Okay.
What?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
She wasn't wearing, she had it in a bag.
I see.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Oh. We just saw the color, so we like knew it was blue.
Oh my god, I feel dumb.
I also feel dumb.
Chihiro's blue tracksuit.
Oh, corn cob, dude.
You did it?
Hey, Celeste.
You're the
What color
transphobe?
was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
No one found the
bag and
clothes.
clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Got her tongue.
Yeah.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She saw the jacket in her bag in a hurry. And it was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate
Way was acting, I guess.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Yeah, he did call Chihiro dude, and I found that kind of strange.
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo
I just brushed it off, though.
Yeah, because I call everyone dude.
Yeah.
Tiny detail? Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Why did that guy move the body? Be nice.
I think to show respect, yeah.
You've been all over me, judging
Or maybe he
everything I
really
say,
hates Taco.
putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Did you do
It's
it?
true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
It just like doesn't sound like the voice that should come out of him.
Well, this is like goofy ass voice that he likes to do. Oh my god.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found
Oh yeah, he had
evidence?
some like thing.
Really? What kind of evidence?
But he wouldn't tell no one.
No, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
It's the picture of the crime.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
Is that her thingy?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Her thingy.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
Yeah.
Guys! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so...
They're not. We know that they're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Yes, absolutely.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Well, you mentioned there was a weak point.
Yeah.
Chihiro's a hacker. I don't know what this could be.
But what would be her point of hacking hers and then Leon's? So I don't think...
I think she would hack her own so she could further
Yes.
be a girl.
Yes, but she wouldn't break it. So I'm assuming the weak point are exploiting a bug. But he did mention a weak point.
Here's some kind of body exploits. Back for you, but those things are not about to hell back. Okay. It wasn't voiced, so I immediately knew it was wrong.
By hitting its weak point.
Yeah.
Guys! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Yes. Oopsie.
Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession...
Imagine being in this scenario and there's a bear.
Yeah.
Just a little stuffed bear.
then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You little transphobe.
Me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to
What a
copy
monster
it,
he is.
that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Yeah, let us out of here.
Yeah, if we
Then
just keep
allow
pushing
me
on
to
that,
make
will you
a
let us out?
special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break.
It's Mondo's because he was in the sauna.
It's Mondo's handbook?
Yeah, it's Mondo's handbook because remember he was in the sauna with all of his clothes on. He probably has a handbook in his pocket.
I flippin' knew it! You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
See? Remember they had the sauna thing?
The sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a
Why would
cooling
Leon's
layer of
be
air
broken,
around your
though?
skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Oh, you're in school now.
Trifling speck of knowledge. Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
It's Mondo's.
then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like
Either
that?
Mondo or Yell Scream.
I don't know
Whisper
of anyone
Man.
who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did. Whoa, seriously? Yeah. I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Mondo. He had all his clothes on because remember that guy was in a
He was like
he was in a shirt or in a towel and that was it. And he's secretly ripped.
Here's my answer.
Although he looks way too suspicious, and now I'm
Mondo,
second guessing.
Your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep
the
his
fucking
school
towel on his
uniform
hair.
Yeah.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold up! You've got it all wrong! He would never kill! I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The actual solid proof!
I don't want to believe
I think
it.
he just doesn't want his new friend to be a badman.
To be on a shadow of doubt.
You know?
Yeah. Alright, we got 3 now.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Okay. The mouse wheel, or I can press Q.
If Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh my god.